Welcome to SomewhatNerdy Radio. We are your host. I'm Snarf Chris.
I'm Critter.
This is our double feature podcast where each of us pick a movie for the other nerd to watch. Sometimes we've seen them, sometimes we haven't. Sometimes it's been a long time ago. Sometimes it's Meet the Feebles. We're not going to talk about Meet the Feebles. We're going to continue on from there.
Well, that's where this stemmed from.
Yeah, it did.
It started as kind of a punishment, and now we're just kind of like we just kind of watch kind of older.
Sometimes good movies.
It's usually older things.
Sometimes not good movies. Tonight, I'm going to go ahead and say this was a pleasant double feature for the most part. How about that?
I think it kind of followed the same thing we did last time.
Yeah, it's 100% like what we did last time.
Well, you screwed me over, man.
I did.
You screwed me over. Well, first of all, you didn't know that I
did. I didn't even know I screwed you over.
Yeah, you had no idea. I was keeping it a secret. I was like, there's no way he knows about this movie.
All right, before we get into it, go follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the other social media. Follow the podcast, leave us reviews, slaps on the ass, whatever you got to do.
In a world where no one knows what movies are coming out during the week, where your movie future is bleak and uncertain, comes Future Flicks with Billiam. Hi, I'm Billiam. On my show, I go over every movie that's coming out during the week so you don't miss a thing. I have a pick of the week so you will know which movie you just have to see, and I also go over news and trailers that caught my eye. So check out Future Flicks with Billiam each week on the Somewhat Nerdy Podcast Network. Listen and subscribe on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, and any podcast listening app. I'll see you in the future.
You want to get in your movie first, or you want to do mine first?
Oh, we can do mine first.
You can do yours first. Critter, what's your movie for the double feature?
You know what? We need to do yours first, because this plays into why I picked my movie. So
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because you fucked me.
So my movie is Full Eclipse, which is a 1993 TV movie on HBO.
In downtown L.A., the criminals are beating out the cops.
Everybody down! Get down!
And for a street-hardened cop like Max Dyer, it's become a war that can't be won.
We know you've got some problems, Max. We just don't want you to quit.
But now he's been assigned to a new elite squad.
Okay, man, what's the deal?
A secret police unit.
Are we talking like some sort of pseudo-Charlie Bronson vigilante?
We call it justice.
With a special method for cleaning the scum off the streets.
Hey.
They're powerful. Deadly.
Be part of the pack, Max.
The answer is no.
You have to.
No, no.
And they only come out at night.
Tough guys.
Get out while you can, bro.
What did he do to you?
Tonight, we take back the streets.
From the director of Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, comes Mario Van Peebles of New Jack City and Posse, Patsy Kensit of Lethal Weapon 2, and Bruce Payne of Passenger 57 in Full Eclipse. The streets have never been so scary.
This is an HBO made. This is a direct-to-streaming movie before streaming was a thing, especially in 1993. I was 10. So,
Yeah. So, did you ever see this movie in 1993?
I think I seen it because we had HBO back then. We were like in the neighborhood. We had it like cable early, I would say. It was probably like 93-4, I think, when we got cable. We definitely had HBO. So I think I saw this in passing because there were scenes of this movie that I remember. But I didn't know about this movie officially until I was watching YouTube, and there's a guy I follow that just talks about old movies all the time.
Yeah.
and it came up on his podcast, and I'm like, I never seen that. And that's why I picked this movie. So,
well, you fucked me.
I fucked you.
Because I watched this movie a lot, and I had it on my list of movies of double feature things.
So much, when I sent him a text message about what my movie was, his reply was his list, and he's like, fuck you, this is on my list.
I thought for sure I was going to pick a werewolf movie. I don't know why you wouldn't know about it, but I felt like you didn't. I don't know why, but I watched this movie.
This movie's not brought up a whole lot.
No.
And there's reasons for that, whatever. But this stars Mario Van Peebles, which is in a bunch of like just weird 90s action movies and stuff like that. And that might be the only other person other than his cop partner, friend,
who's in Breaking Bad.
Is within Breaking Bad.
And then they have another guy that's in Chicago PD.
He's
on the werewolf crew. He's in Chicago PD.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he sure is. So anyway, this is about a super cop. I'm going to say super cop because he does like the Max Payne jumping with 2 guns and then diving.
Shoots in the crowds all the time.
Literally every time he shoots the gun, he's diving with his
rolling
guns.
And shooting while he's rolling.
Yeah, shooting. And he carries double pistols.
Double 45s.
Yeah, which no cop does, obviously. And he is invited to join a special task force that's part of the cops. But, oh my God, they're all werewolves.
Well, and what's weird, he shows up to this thing to talk about, like, what it's like to be like a cop that loses a friend or whatever. But he doesn't find it weird. He goes to this, he finds it weird that the cop is rich. That's his weird thing. Not that every other cop lives with him.
So remember in, what was the Dolph Lundgren cop? Oh, I Come in Peace. Remember when he was just strangely rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that type of thing. So anyway, he joins the werewolf faction. He finds out there's like shenanigans happening with the werewolf faction where it's kind of a drug.
By the way, they don't know he's a werewolf until the very end.
Yeah. But they have wolf powers, and the leader of this wolf faction is an actual werewolf that feeds his brain juice into the other ones, and that's how they have werewolf powers, and that's the movie. And he has to take that werewolf down. But as a whole, this movie is not that fucking bad. What did you think about the movie of this off the cuff?
90s.
Yeah, it's 90s.
90s action.
Well, it stars Mario Van Peebles, which is
I thought it was Peebles. Because it got 2 E's in there.
It does have 2 E's. So am I saying
but I
wrong?
I don't know.
Who cares?
I don't think I've ever heard his name.
He's still around, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
He plays in like those TV cop shows now.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I've ever heard someone say his name. So
let's go as Peebles. Because that sounds more.
Mario Van Peebles.
That sounds worse.
But I mean, like, he was in that movie Posse.
Yeah.
Which was a great movie. Maybe it's not great. Maybe I'm just having like
remembering it.
Again, when I watch something, I'm like, I'm watching everything. That's how like Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's how I thought Cyborg was a good movie.
It's not. But there's so many, like the whole beginning of this whole entire movie, it's the cliche of the cop and his partner, and the cop's retiring because the life's getting too hard, and he met a woman.
He's getting married at like 46.
Yeah. Finally met a woman, and his partner basically gets shot a bunch of times in the stupidest way possible. Mostly because the main character, Mario, that plays Max, talks his partner into diving through
air conditioner
vents in the roof of this nightclub
that has hostages. None of this makes sense.
Partner is constantly going, we should wait for SWAT.
We should wait for backup and SWAT, which is 100% what they should have done.
No. The better idea is to go 20 feet up in the air through air conditioner vents and crawl across while they're all shooting and murdering people underneath us. And in hope nothing happens to us.
To be fair, they already killed hostages because they threw them out windows.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, like...
But still, no person's going to talk me into climbing through the air conditioner vent.
I don't know what they were... They wanted $1 million per hostage.
Yeah.
And these... I don't know if these were rich people... It was a nightclub. They didn't...
and it's your, like, normal 80s, early 90s nightclub, which didn't really exist, at least in... I've never been to.
It was, like, on the roof of some place. I don't know. It was super weird. Yeah. It was, like, in the upper levels of a building, and that's whatever. But these guys were armed to the teeth. New York?
L.A., that's right, yeah.
They were armed to the teeth. They had...
Uzis.
They had...
AKs.
Yeah, they had a full auto AK, a full auto M16, and then, like, the 2 cops, one cop had a revolver, the older cop had a revolver, of because of course he did. And then the young cop had
Max.
twin 45 ACP pistols. So that's what he had.
And that's how basically the movie starts. The partner gets shot a bunch of times. He doesn't die. He gets put in the hospital, and he gets injected with the werewolf serum drug thing. And later...
They don't really understand, like, I don't understand why he decided he wanted to be suicidal, because he killed himself.
So, yeah.
They didn't, like...
What I think happened was...
He didn't like how cool he became?
He became a super cop after he got a hospital. And he goes and sees Max and everything like that. And he's like, oh, I'm all better. And he's like, well, you were just in the hospital. He's like,
you got
no.
shot 4 times.
And he goes directly back on the force, which I'm pretty sure there would be rules against him just literally going back and being a cop after he just got out of the hospital. And then he shows up at the bar and he kills himself. What I think happened is he found out he was a werewolf.
Yeah, because he knew, because he melted down his silver dollar.
Yeah. So he knew
which
he was a werewolf.
doesn't contain that much silver.
At all. So he ends up killing himself, and then Max, the main character, ends up still just going with the group of guys. Like,
well, he didn't know they injected him.
Yeah, but he knew that he was something fucking up with him. Why did he turn into a super cop and jump on the bus and then dive off the bus and then
survive a motorcycle crash
on a motorcycle and then crash? Yeah, like you have to know something's up.
I think
he knew something was up because he goes to the chief of police and like, hey, there's something up with this group.
I think my biggest problem with it was like how. Not the super cop, because he would pull a shot. He'd be like, I can't shoot, that's not a clear shot. And that's why he kept on running.
His mind was there,
yeah. But Mario Van Peebles was like, fuck it, something's going on. I'm gonna spray and pray.
I'm gonna Max Payne down this driveway.
I'm gonna shoot, dive, roll, shoot, and hope for the best. And I'm fairly certain they show him killing innocent civilians.
Like, somebody in the background made it got shot. Yeah. But the movie continues like that until he finally kind of meets all the pack, which is the werewolf crew. And it happens for the first time because
she's a dick.
Yeah. Well, they all turn into like Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's the worst kind of fucking werewolves too. By the way,
the claws that come out of their knuckles. It's very weird.
Well, sometimes they come out if their hands are straight. They were out completely out of their knuckles. Out of their fingers.
Oh, I didn't see that.
If their hands were closed, it would... So imagine Wolverine, but they come out of their fingers if his hands were straight. If his hands are closed, they come out of there. Even the main guy, if his hands were like this, they came out of here. So depending on how your hands were. So basically, your Wolverine claws for each finger, and depending on where your fingers were laying, when they and it comes out whenever your adrenaline's high.
After they dose with wolf brain.
Yes. He gets turned because one of the main female
who wants him to join the team. He's like, nah, I'm not doing any of that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot you
and then inject you to save your life.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right.
Yeah.
And then she's like, follow me. And he's just like, okay.
Let's go on our first mission and go kill everybody.
We're going to take down a drug ring real quick. Okay, cool. And they go and just blazing.
And like, I don't want to go through the entire movie.
That's it. That's the movie. And now just get to the epilogue here.
When we get to the end of the movie, you come to find out the main guy over the pack, I guess, does this in different cities all over the country. And he ends up running into another guy that was from Miami that used to be part of his pack. And he's like, he kills everybody when he's done with it. So, yeah, okay. So Max Mario Van Peebles tries to take him down. He turns into
a full-blown werewolf.
No, fuck you. That was a bear. He turns into a bear. I know it's supposed to be a werewolf, but he turns into a bear.
Yeah, he was big.
He was a bear. Like, it looked like a bear. They even decided not to show it so much. They showed it in, like, just very, like, cross shots and very quick and from a distance. But it looks so much like a bear that I'm convinced that it was just a bear costume.
But the whole thing is, during a full eclipse, nothing could kill him.
Which was stupid.
He was...
Yeah.
I liked it.
No,
because it's a super moon.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he gets shot with a silver bullet and it doesn't hurt him.
Kill me. Can't kill me with that during a full eclipse. Hence the name of the movie.
Full eclipse. It all makes sense now.
There you go. Look, I don't know why did he want to stop him? That wasn't clear.
Because he kills everybody when he goes to another town, and basically
But he stops the crime.
Yeah, but the brain stuff that he's injecting in everybody is actually a drug too, and like you get addicted to it. It hurts your fucking body over time. Sometimes like
They actually turn into werewolves and like they can't unturn it.
They turn all deformed. They get literally he's addicted to it after like 3 days. Like he walks into the dude's house scratching himself like a crackhead would be. Like, you got any more of that brain juice? Because they don't know it's brain juice at the time, but he finds out. You got any more of that stuff? So, like, yeah, like
they had the classic 90s line. This is your brain. This is your brain. This is my brain. This is your brain on my brain.
He says a couple of lines like that throughout the entire movie. Just those really cliche PSAs. Yeah, but that's why. You get addicted to his blood and he thinks they're gonna kill everybody. So
yeah, but okay, I get that. But he goes to stop him when he was trying to stop a criminal ring, and then kind of stops him from stopping the criminal ring before he stopped the criminal ring.
Yeah, because I don't think he was ever cool. And this is not in the movie. I'm just speculating that he was never cool with them killing everybody, even though he straight up killed everybody.
Process.
Yes, yeah.
let
Actually,
the courts decide. It's like Batman in there all of a sudden after he went and killed a whole drug ring. Yeah, okay.
I think my favorite scene in the entire movie, and it also doesn't make any sense, is the main mob guy that they're going after and everything like that wants to hit him, like take them all out, and they obviously don't know they're vampires, even though all his underlings are going, they're monsters. They turn into like these big things and they kill everybody.
I shot the dude 5 times and nothing happened.
They blow up their like SWAT van, like the mob's sitting there watching it, and they blow it up, and they all like emerge from fire in their S&M outfits going like, and then they destroy and kill everybody. It's the coolest scene in the whole entire movie, I think.
Sure. I mean, like, look, the movie is super cool.
It is.
It's very 90s.
It is.
It's very confusing because the storyline is convoluted.
Because needed like another 2 or 3 months of rewrites. Yeah.
Because like, okay, so let's get into the ending here. Mm. So he tries to stop the guy from stopping a drug ring, right? I forget because it like maybe I wasn't drunk when I watched this.
Guru is like the main boss. The actual werewolf.
He was like, we gotta stop this. But he stops it before he stops the drug ring thing. But then the guy turns into a werewolf. They fight.
Yes.
And then at the end, spoiler, kills him.
Yes.
I forget how, to be honest with you. Hits him with a container.
The box falls down.
Yeah, a container fell on him?
Yeah. No, not on him. They're both on top of it.
Yeah.
Remember? And they just fall on the ground. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
No, that's it. They both fall on the ground, but he injects liquid nitrate into his neck, and the full Eclipse is not there anymore. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And it went away.
That was 3 seconds of the movie. That's why we didn't remember it.
But then he was friends like, take my juice and become a full werewolf so you can stop crime. And he's like, okay. So he's continuing on the same path?
But not in...
he's doing it by himself?
He's doing it by himself, and he's not getting people addicted to his
brain juice?
His brain juice.
Okay.
Other than his wife... Which weirdly he transforms into a werewolf at the end of the movie.
His saliva is magic.
You think so? You think that's what it is?
Yeah, I remember that scene.
Yeah,
from a little kid, I was like, okay.
You think that's what it is?
I think he
licks his fingers.
He licks her finger
that was just touching raw meat,
chicken, which is the worst one. Like beef.
I was so grossed out by that scene. So.
Look, raw beef, fine.
Yeah.
Pork, iffy. Yeah. Chicken, absolutely fucking not.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Absolutely not. She's cutting chicken. Oops.
And also, I don't know. It's something. Who cares?
But she cut herself. He licked her finger.
Yeah, and this is the wife that we haven't mentioned at all that he was divorced from.
No, they were married.
Separated.
She left. She left him
because he's too much of a cop.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't know you would be like fighting bad guys all the time. I'm like, that's my job, dude. And so he hooked up with some chick that was a werewolf that shot him, and then he was just
shot him,
just super cool.
Who cares? Like the movie?
I did like it.
All right, I liked it too. Like I said,
this has some nostalgic purposes for me because I watched this a lot as a kid.
I think if it was a higher budget, which I don't think the budget was really high, especially it was HBO in the early 90s, straight to not theaters. I don't think it was really in VHS rotation. It was really just we're going to show this on HBO a whole lot.
Because they own the property. That's why I watched it a lot, because it was on a lot.
We're going to give it a ranking. Where were you at on it?
It's Look, I liked it, but it's low.
We need to print out all our other rankings so we can see them, because I always feel bad about like trying not to put it too high, but then I go back and listen to a previous podcast and be like, oh fuck, I gave that like a 7.5, and then a movie I really liked I gave a 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Look, this is like a 6.2.
I want 6.5.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, like, look, it's not great.
It's a fun action movie, and it's got werewolves in it, so that's kind of cool.
I don't think there's enough werewolf shit.
There's not.
If you were to ask me, what do they need to make more of? One would be slashers, just because I like slasher shit.
Right.
But if I'm being honest of things they need to make, it's werewolf and Frankenstein stuff. Frankenstein monster stuff. I want more of those things.
This movie made me want, I don't know if you ever seen it, Love, Sex, and Robots?
Oh, yeah, I love that. Yeah.
So there's a segment on there. This is an anthology series that's on Netflix. There's a segment on there called, it might be called Dog Soldiers, but they're part of the army, but they're all werewolves. They're a whole faction of like a platoon that's all werewolves, and they go out and like do their own mission. It's like in season 1 or 2, and I wanted a whole movie about that.
Love, Sex, and Robot, or Love, Death, and Robots.
It's deaf, yeah.
Love, Death, and Robots has a lot of segments.
It does, it really does, and then also have a lot of bad segments.
Yeah,
but that's
anthologies.
Anthologies. You know? Go check out our last podcast about the VHS franchise. So we're gonna go ahead and move into your movie.
So when you told me you picked that, I was kind of pissed because that was actually my pick. I was like, it's perfect for Halloween, which we're coming off of Halloween. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of like pick this. You ruined that for me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I can't read your mind.
But I did to this one what I did to the last one. When you picked Crime Zone, instantly I was like, fine, I'm picking this. And it's the same goddamn movie.
Kind of, yeah.
So when you pick Crime Zone, I pick Fortress. When you pick when you pick a werewolf movie, Full Eclipse, I was like, fine, fuck you, I'm picking WolfCop. Which is the same goddamn movie, but goofy.
Holy hell. My God.
The usual?
Is it almost time?
It's like a face. And it kind of looks like you. Ooh, better stop over the breed. Do some investigating.
Did you pick on myself when I'm the wolf? Listen, you did seem like freakishly strong. You had those claws and those teeth. Plus, you were drunk, so I knew it was you.
Hello? Hello?
My, what big teeth you have. That's not all.
Tell him what you told me.
He was a big wolf cop.
Lou, you're a wolf.
Cop. Yeah, I'm the wolf cop. Cop. Yeah, I'm the wolf cop. Cop.
Hello? Carl?
The wolf cop. Oh my God! If you're right. Yeah, I'm the wolf cop.
So WolfCop came out in
2014.
Now this,
which is way older than I thought it would.
It is.
It seems like one of those modern weird movies that they would make.
Yeah, it came out
now.
like 2019.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is. But I guess it's not that weird. It's about a cop that turns into a werewolf.
Yes, that is about as deep as you. That's about as deep as the movie actually gets.
The movie is goofy. The movie is dumb. It's fun as shit.
It is super fun.
The first time he transitions, and then this is the only time you'll fucking see this, is that he transforms from dick first.
Yes.
his dick turns into a werewolf first before anything else, and the way it does it, it explodes, which is weird. It's like,
yeah, look, this has my biggest gripe was the entire fucking movie is I hate this type of werewolf transformation.
Oh, when they tear their skin off?
They shed like the human skin and the werewolf is underneath it. It's not my only problem with the movie, but it's my biggest problem was the fucking movie.
It's a very common theme in werewolf
It is.
movies, so
it
you
is.
can't be mad at this movie.
I'm not mad about
they
the movie.
didn't invent that.
I just don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
I really like the classic Wolfman transition the best.
For sure, yeah.
Where it's not.
And this has a classic Wolfman type look to him. It's not like snout and everything.
It's very low budgety.
Yeah.
So,
Well, obviously, because part of the time you can see like
his
teeth, makeup like rubbing off of his lips and shit. But that being said, that scene of him getting shed led to a really cool scene in the movie where they find his face shed it.
And she's like, I'm you. It looks like your face. Yeah, that was so stupid. Like the fact she just held up his face.
Well, she held up, if it wasn't his face, obviously didn't think it was, it's still the face of a person.
Yeah, and she's just playing him like, that was really weird. So anyway, he's kind of a piece of shit guy, but is a cop. He's a drunk.
The worst cop.
The worst cop. Yeah. He's kind of like they don't respect him a whole lot. He's kind of what they call a village idiot of that town. But he starts getting more serious when he turns into a werewolf, and they're like, oh, he's actually doing cop work. And then there's like an underground society that runs the actual town that's shapeshifters. And that's it. They're trying to use his blood to gain, I guess, immortality. Not immortality.
So, yeah, the shapeshifters can stay young if they drink werewolf blood. So they turn somebody into a werewolf so they can drink his blood.
Right.
Yeah.
But then something about him, I think it's because he's an alcoholic.
Yes, they said
why he's stronger.
Drugs and alcohol in his system
made him a stronger werewolf.
So keep on drinking.
Apparently, that's the theme here. But
so I'm only gonna cut you off because I just fucking realized this is how weirdly in tune the universe is. So the bad guy for Full Eclipse is named Guru.
Uh-huh.
The cop in this movie is named Lou Guru.
Lou Guru.
Yes.
Which is a term for a werewolf.
For sure. We know that because we live in Louisiana and we don't have werewolves or Bigfoot. We have Rougarous
right.
here. Yes.
But that is another name for him is Lou Guru.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
So
the whole time I was watching
Full Eclipse has the same name as the guy in this movie.
I did not think that.
Yes.
What is his name? First name Lou?
I don't think it's Lou.
But
it's
Guru. I did not catch that. Oh, I didn't catch it after you told me. That's incredible, dude.
I'm just reading it, and I'm like, wait, their names are the fucking same.
Because when I was watching WolfCop and I saw that his name is Lou Guru, I was like, clever. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a movie, when you watch it, it knows what it is. It knows it's not a good movie, so it's leaning into just goofiness and kind of campiness.
It's Adam.
Oh.
So it's not Lou.
But he's the first werewolf.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Adam. Yeah, anytime I see somebody named Adam.
But it's probably Guru. That's probably what they were going with. That was just deep.
So WolfCop might have ripped this off.
Oh, no. WolfCop is a rip-off of this.
Yeah,
for
sure. Yeah.
Because when you said that, I was like, fine. I immediately picked WolfCop. Because it's the same movie, but bad.
Nah, neither one of them was that good. But yeah, sure.
But both worth watching.
Both worth watching.
And entertaining.
And both have different things that I enjoy about them, too.
I really like
Eclipse
both of
is
these.
a really cool action movie. I like
90s action.
90s action.
Specifically 90s action.
Specifically bad 90s action movie.
Which is a lot of 90s action. So,
and then WolfCop is a modern horror comedy.
Satire on what they think would probably fly in 90s. Because it was that.
Man, I'm trying to think of other weird. He pisses on somebody's face in this, and he screams, "It burns! It burns!" That's my favorite scene, but maybe in the entire movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Look, the movie is so asinine. It's so dumb, but it's fun.
More importantly, he puts on the cop uniform at one time or another, and he has to get told by his best friend, which ends up being one of the shapeshifters, you're still in wolf form. He's like, I got a job to do. and then nobody questions it. Like, he's driving the car around. He rips the door off so he can fit or something along those lines, and then drives around the city doing cop shit as the Wolf.
The liquor donut?
Yeah.
The liquor donut store? Yeah. Oh, my God. Describing the movie makes it sound worse. You should just watch it.
It does sound way worse, because we're doing a bad job of trying to describe a movie that doesn't really have a lot of plot.
It's not supposed to.
It's not supposed to.
It's a fun romp.
Look, it gets to the end of the movie, and he has, like, relations with the bartender, and the bartender ends up being
the mayor that's a changeling.
Yeah, the really old lady. The
whole event that is big is the drinking hunt. Which is the worst idea.
But my favorite line from the movie is, he's like, I can't believe I slept with you, lady. And the old lady goes, she's like, how do you know I'm a lady? They're changelings. So
more specifically, they're changeling lizard people.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
awesome. Look, I like the movie. I've seen this movie a couple of times.
Honestly, I've only seen it once before, and it was a long time ago.
It's a werewolf movie, so I watched it when it came out. And I think there's a sequel to this.
There is.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a sequel, but this one I've seen a couple of times. So on ranking, where you at on the ranking?
It's lower, but not much. It's a 6.0, I would say. It's a middle of the road.
I'm going with a 6. Yeah, I went 6.5 for Full Eclipse, which I think is a better movie.
I do think it's a better movie because it did try. This one leans into like being goofy, but it's so goofy. It's like
I agree. This movie is where it's at because it wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not good,
and they know it's not good.
And they know it's not good.
They weren't trying.
And
I think they were very successful in what they were trying to do.
Being good. Yeah.
Well, and being so not good that it was good.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I'm at 6 points. This is 6.
And again, you have to understand when I rank something like this being a 6, it doesn't mean that I didn't like it. I means I like it, but I wouldn't recommend this to someone that I know is not into the genre.
Yeah.
So, like, if someone's like, I've never seen Shawshank Redemption, I'm like, you need to fucking see that movie. If you love Shawshank Redemption, you'll love WolfCop. But no, like movies I think that someone has to see.
For sure, yeah.
Like,
this is not a movie anybody needs to see.
I mean, if you like the genre, if you like, I like werewolf, I like goofy stuff.
You've already seen this movie if you like this type of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, werewolf episode, here we are.
What did you think about both these movies? Hopefully y'all watch these movies. That's why we like to talk about them on the previous podcast. This isn't so much a review. This is just our thoughts of the movie. Because
I mean, like, what is there to really review?
Yeah, exactly. Go follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can let us know on any of those places what you thought about these movies. Let us know your ranking on them. Let us know any movies you would like us to do on the double feature in the future. Me and Critter will never run out of movies, but we'd like to do some movies for listeners. That'd be awesome. We'll be back with the 12 Days of Christmas.
Ooh, our second most popular episode of the year.
For sure. Yeah. It's literally the only other podcast my wife listens to.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
She's the
Halloween episode. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
What's she thinking?
Mostly
about my
because
list?
I make her watch all the movies.
Oh.
Does
she like my list?
Yeah, she likes it.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So she watches all the movies, and then she's interested in knowing what we say about the movies that I forced her to watch. And she usually listens to about half of it, and she drops off and sick of hearing my voice more than what she has to.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
My voice is worse.
She doesn't have to hear your voice all the time.
Yeah, but hearing it without the bone in my head, I'm like, is that what I sound like?
Nice. So anyway, we have been your hosts. I am Snarf Chris.
I'm Critter.
And good journey, nerds.
Good journey, nerds.